Hi, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and welcome to Symbiosis 4 weekend event. Today we have Syuhada from KL in Malaysia. She's going to do a paint together. So, Syuhada, take it away.
My God. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. I have no idea. I did it before, but I am so nervous at the moment. So never mind. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. So what we're going to do today is not like really calligraphy, but is the art that I discovered in July, end of July. So let me show you the screen, the presentation that I did like half an hour ago. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is painting together Pattern I'm in Love. Okay. How to go next? All right. So how it did started. So it started end of July this year. Again, I had my third trip to Fraser Hill because I think a lot in Meet the Artist, I'll tell you how much Fraser Hill have inspired me to throughout this journey. Yeah, I keep going back there for inspiration. So yeah, on my third trip in July 2024, after I finished my workshop calibrations with Stadler, they actually gave me the watercolor set, their watercolor set. So I don't really bring much on my third trip. I just bring, they give me the whole set, which is the watercolor brush, the aqua brush, the one that you can put water in it, and then the watercolor set, the whole set. And of course, I carry paper all the time. So yeah, that's how it started. It's just started by just doodling shapes, pattern, and then put it together, try to mix the color to see how, the watercolor works. And voila, suddenly within the 2 day, probably 1.5 day of the trip, I actually produced 5 vacations painting. So here are the 5. Everybody can see, right? Okay. Oh, okay. So I got my biggest inspirations from, as usual, Pinterest. And I come across this artist, this lady. I really, really love her style. She's combining shapes, not like a perfect shape, but it's just pattern, and then she put it together and play around with the color. Her name is Tansy Hagen, so you guys can like check out her artwork. It's really amazing. And yesterday I decided, I always follow on her on Pinterest to see her artwork and stuff, but I couldn't recall why I did actually follow her at Instagram. So yesterday I actually followed her Instagram, and guess what? I found out that she's another architect. I'm already like, it blew my mind to see how Annabelle artwork, and then another architect come and another blow my mind. So it's like, oh, it's amazing. So yeah, so my inspirations of how I do these particular pattern, I'm in love artwork is inspired by Tansy Hagen. All right, so this is my 5 vacay painting. Yes, it's very quick, it's fast, it's easy, it's fun. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do it today. So here what we need, yourself and your inner artist. And then you need watercolor paper, brush, and also water and kitchen towel. And please don't stress yourself on whatever watercolor that you want to use. You can, if you don't have watercolor, you can use acrylic or even oil painting. It's not necessary the one particular medium. And watercolor paper, you can switch to canvas. Oh, canvas is great. Throughout this journey, I discovered canvas and really, really loving the canvas. Okay, and brush is depends on the medium that you use. You can, for me myself, I'll be using this Escoda travel brush. It's very, very convenient if you go travel because you can close it and you won't destroy your brush. So yeah, it's very good. It is very silent. It feels awkward. If without this camera at the side, I wouldn't know that I'm actually talking to someone.
We're all here, don't worry. Hey, I have a question, Syuhada. You
Yes.
think that you use canvas, right? But for canvas, it's not watercolor, isn't it? Do you use the
No,
watercolor
you can
canvas? Oh, okay. So other.
yeah. No, for water, if you are using canvas, then I think best is to use acrylic or oil painting or even gouache, but I'm not sure whether gouache can last on the canvas, whether it stick properly. Then you have like, to prime the canvas and stuff. That's different story. The easiest is always watercolor, like straight away, instant watercolor paper, then that's it.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, got it.
all right.
Thanks.
Okay, so next is my visualizer. Okay, so everybody can see my table. No? Oh, okay. Hold on. Share it again. So visualizer. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are the artwork that I created during my trip. Okay. It started with, you can actually see the transition. It started with a very small basic shape that is very cramped, to slightly, I got lazy because I want to finish faster. So go ahead and do bigger shape. But I like the transition though. It's like from like, very detailed towards the, more fun, simple, but I know coherence, like get together. So yeah, this was last night before I slept. And this too was on Monday. Okay, so yes, let's get to eat, everyone. So I'm gonna use Bahong watercolor paper, because I like has a rough textures. Amount of watercolor paper, I always use the one with the rough textures because I like texture. So rough it is, but feel free to use whatever watercolor that you have. Okay. So here we go. Let me put this as reference. Okay, so I'm going to take my water. Oh, by the way, for this session, I'm going to use particularly Gansai Tambe by Kuretake watercolor, which I just discovered that it gives a very glossy effect after it dries. So I think you can see at this part. So this is the one that I'm using, the normal watercolor. So the effect is like flat or matte. But when I use the Gansai Tambi, I noticed that when it dry, it really gave the glossy effect. So which is really cool. Yeah.
Okay, Sue, we have a question from Susan. She's asking, are you using cold or hot press watercolor?
Cool or hot press?
Hot press or cold
I
press?
think it's hot press.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. It didn't mention here, or probably I don't know how to read. But I think this is hot press. Is it hot press the one that always on the rough?
I think the cold press
No.
is cold press.
Cold press. Okay.
Hot
Yeah.
press.
I've always
This is rough. The word say rough, so I think it's cold press.
cold
Yeah.
press. Okay, sorry, I forgot. I always mix with this cold and hot press. So yeah, this is cold press, the rough version. Okay. So let me get back my brush. So how do I start to do the pattern on choosing color is I always choose the darkest color that I have, that I like. On my normal watercolor set before, this is like the latest edition that I have. The normal color that I have, I always have paint grays, or I have the sea green by not Wizard, Daniel Smith. And then I always from the darkest shades that I have, and then I will contrast it with something that is very, very light. Like if I the pink version, the one that I have is Holbein by Shell Pink by Holbein. God, I should just have, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, this is the watercolor that I always use, Holbein. So the shade that I always choose is like neutral tea, pan grays, and then my most favorite green is by Daniel Smith, which is the undersea green. I think it's very, very good color to have aside from sap green. And then to contrast, to have a contrast between the darkest and the light, I love this buff titanium from Daniel Smith, or this Shell Pink by Holbein. So yeah, it's a very, very great gradation watercolor to have. But anyway, I'm not going to use those Holbein or Daniel Smiths. I'm completely going to use my Gansai Tami today, because this is a pastel set. It's different from the normal or common sets they have. So I will use the darkest one, which is this. I think they don't have names or a number, but I think this is the darkest green I can see. And then I'm going to contrast it with sort of like the buff titaniums-ish kind of color that I have here, and then the gray at the bottom. So yeah, so let's get started. The brush that I'm gonna use, okay, for starting, we're gonna use the shape, any shape that you can actually is you can get the pattern of the shapes around you. So if you have clock, then you start with the circle, but then the one that I have here, I have a square kind of frame in front of me right now, so I'm going to start with that. So I'm just going to do, it's a very impromptu kind of thing. You don't have to stress about the shape. You don't really have to stress about whether it's perfect shape or what kind of shape you want to use. Just straight away, what do you see? That's what you paint. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'm going to repeat this shape, probably another one, probably here. Maybe I do it bigger, but half of the.
You are just freehand drawing whatever
Yes,
shape
it's
that you
just
like.
freehand drawing. Yeah, don't have to worry about your shape's going to be perfect or not.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
And does it need to be, do you start anywhere in particular, or is it just pick a place?
That's a very good question, Doc. Seriously. I put that in the notes. I should cover like, oh, how do we start? Where do I place? Then I forget about it. Okay, so what do I do usually? Like how I'm going to start to design it. So the bigger pattern or the bigger shapes that I have, I always have at least 3, maximum of 4. So now we have slightly bigger, and then we have the biggest one at the side. So I just scattered it around. Usually one is in the middle, and another 3 is like at the side, but it's not going to be a complete shape or complete square. So you just cut it at the edge of your paper. So I already have the top, in the middle here, the side, and then probably the last will be this one. So you just paint like that. Oh my god, love this paper. It's from Bahong. I like Arches, because Arches also have a very good, Arches itself a very good paper. I like the roughness in Arches cold press, but then yeah, not so economically affordable. So we switched to Bahong. Okay, so once you get, I feel like this is too small. Never mind. I'm gonna enlarge it a little bit. Right, there you go. I didn't open the chat, so if you want to ask question, I think probably can just mute.
Yeah, it's not that many of us, so if you have a question, just unmute.
Okay, so make it bigger. All right. Okay, so the second shape that I have, this is what I saw, and then the second shape that's gonna be following around the main shape that we have. I will go with the lighter color, the contrast of this. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Let me see. No. I like zigzag very much, so I'll do the zigzag at the side of this. The color tone it actually depends on you. You can have the contrast and in like one green and then the opposite is like pink or as long as it's lighter, but it's totally opposite, not in the same tone or shades of color. You can have that, or you can blend it as in like everything in same tone. So if you're going to choose that everything's in blue, it will be something like this, like you have a lighter blue, dark blue, the other kind of blue, or it's going to be something like this is like a shade of gray, and then you add a little bit of red or orange to as a pop up. Or okay, this is another one that really in the same shades, green, dark green, and a little bit of pen grays in it. So it's anything that is in front of you that you feels like, yeah, it kind of matching. Because I'm not expert, I don't do watercolor that much. I just started actually, so yeah, anything that look very pleasant to your eye, just go with it. Like, what worse could it be? If it's terrible combination, you don't like it, you can actually just finish to see how it works actually. But most of the time, myself, if I couldn't help it that I hate to see the combination, I would just start a new one. So yeah, there's no harm. Okay, so you're just gonna repeat whatever that you do to the one that the same pattern to the next one. And then here will be here. And probably this one is here. There's no planning on doing this work. It's just follow the flow. What you feel, you just put on it. So if you're gonna ask me like, how do I plan where to put and stuff, I'm so sorry. I have no plan. Okay, so next one, I'm going to use the second darkest one. Okay, so this one probably I'm going to use the link circle. Okay.
Okay, so it's not planning per se, but it's repetition. You pick a shape or a series of shapes, and then you just repeat it through the piece until you run out of space. Is that the
Yes,
okay?
yes. And actually, along the way, you learn that when you repeat too many and too close to each other, especially when you have two dark color, and then you put it too close to each other, your artwork will look very cramped. So what do I do if I want to use more than one dark color? What I do is one will be the main darkest color in the artwork, and then the second one is either I put it further from the main one, or I put it smaller so that it doesn't really have that creme kind of feeling. Yeah. Or I also do that if I'm not sure whether the color is going to fit, I do it in the small pattern. So it's like safe. After instead of like painting it over to this to close the darker color, you just started with smaller size. You start with smaller size, you see how it works, whether sometimes the color that you see on your palette, but when it's a paint on the paper looks different. So yeah, you just start with smaller pattern. If you like it, then you add it bigger, you increase the size. But if you don't, you just continue painting but in a smaller size. Yeah, that's what kind of like what I learned along the way. And the same technique again, you take another lighter color and you go through it.
There's a lot of decisions that you are making as you go along, right? I mean, it's even though it looks very random, but you are thinking about the placement, the contrast.
Yeah, to be honest, the decision is very impromptu. It's like it feels like, I think it looks great here. But I guess that is what you discover
Yeah.
after you do it a few times, because this was really literally my first painting that I started to draw, and then you see it's very it's not as balanced as the one that I got for the latest one, which is this one.
Right.
It's like two different it's like you grow from here to here.
Right.
Okay. It's seriously amazing to see yourself when you're having fun and with the encouragements of people around you. It's wonderful to see like what you can actually achieve and do. So I'm gonna do with the pop-up red, orange, vermilions. I'm just gonna do the line here. And then just gonna repeat it.
Actually, your brushwork is very good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Thanks
mean,
to calligraphy. I think doing pointed pen, because I'm obsessed with hairline. Any of my artwork, it's very, sometimes client doesn't really appreciate hairline.
yeah,
Which is so sad, but it's okay. I mean, as a calligrapher, I mean, like really, really love the hairline. If I can do hairline and I managed to do hairlines in canvas for the Art of Letter project. And I'm very, very happy. So yeah.
Yes, I think you need to control the brush to give it the line quality that you want. So like the way you're holding the brush right now, it's very much like calligraphic. I mean, you can see the calligraphic discipline.
But I guess the type of brush is also very, very important. There's another, I think this Hua Hong, this is actually a Hua Hong brush. It's much similar to, I think, what is that called? Sable brush.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
easier to control compared to this Princeton Aqua Elite. It's like I don't know, it's very spongy compared to the Hua Hong or Escoda, which is very, very soft. I feel that it is easier to control when the brush is softer, I guess.
Okay, Susan is asking, are you considering the incorporation of calligraphy with your watercolor shapes?
At this moment, actually, no.
It can
But
be easily, I mean, you can think about typography, right? The form of the letter forms, and then use that to inspire your shapes, isn't it?
yes, actually, oh yeah, you can do that. I mean, like, yeah, thank you for the idea. But yes, we can put that. How interesting. Oh, speaking of that, I actually did like two years ago or maybe a year ago, I learned this style, which is the one stroke letter from Yukimi Anand.
Yeah.
It's actually come from doing letters and then to just shape or pattern, and I just like fill up in between it. So yeah, from that, actually it's already, yeah, you can have the calligraphy idea or knowledge that you have, and then you convert it to design. It's like typography. Yeah.
Yep. True.
So you have this. Okay. Let me add this.
My lines are so shaky, Sue.
Oh, sorry.
My lines are very shaky.
My hairlines are not
My line?
hairlines.
My line?
No, my line.
Oh,
I'm drawing along it with you. I'm
oh,
painting along with you.
oh, thank you.
My hairlines are not hairlines.
Don't have to stress about the line. Importance is we having fun.
I realized that what I enjoy very much about this is when you see the colors, spreading on the paper and how the pigments are behaving. It just brings me so much joy.
I know. I mean, it's very joyful for me. I mean that I do this, and when my son see me doing, he also start painting, because along the way, I mean, through thanks to this mentorship program, that I end up do a lot of arts. And then my son Ryan, he's like watching me, and then he started to wanting to do. So whenever I buy new acrylic paint, he will get one. When I have a brush, yes, I will have one set for him. So you already have like one bulk of artwork, watercolor, acrylic. He with last time when we at school, all I have is just poster color, the pancho. Yeah, that's what I have all along until secondary school. But now that I'm doing this when Ryan's are like, just entered school, Ryan have all the sort of thing. You have pastel stick, you have watercolor, you have acrylic paint. So yeah,
Yes, so privileged.
so privileged. And he created some artwork that is, like very, very surprising to see. Because yes, I don't know, it's just amazing to see how kids do things sometimes.
Mm.
Because probably they have less thinking or doubt. They just do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no
Whereas we adult, we keep,
it's true.
yeah. So there we go. We have this. Probably the smaller one here.
Actually, a lot of the learning comes from doing. I mean, you can watch people do this for the longest time, but you don't learn as much as if you were trying it for yourself.
Yes, you have to paint together
Yeah.
to feel how it funs. You don't really have to follow my placement. You can have your own placement and you'll be surprised with what the result will be.
Mm.
Okay, so I don't have blue, so let's just add blue. I think blue and yellow, chartreuse.
Chartreuse?
Chartreuse. Yeah, I think chartreuse works well in contrast.
Oh, I just realized now I chose too many strong colors. I haven't got any neutrals yet.
Two.
So therapeutic.
Hmm. Okay, so now I feels that because I have like so many popping color, the green kind of like die off. Or okay, so I'm gonna go back to my green.
So I noticed that you don't use overlapping colors. Is it mainly because of the drying time that you are not?
Um, in a way, yes. And for this color particularly, because I like that when it's dry, it's really glossy. So I want to see that, one color kind of the glossy. So
Mm.
yes, for this color, I don't tend to really
Overlap.
overlap it.
Okay. And you are leaving like gaps between your shapes, all your shapes and lines.
The negative space.
Mhm.
Is that? Yeah.
Syuhada, are there a lot of calligraphers in KL?
Oh, many.
Like how many? 20, 30, 40, 50?
Oh, I think probably, I mean, compared to when I started, I think now we have easily probably 30 of them, I guess.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
You are
And
saying they're all professional calligraphers.
uh I I have no idea how to define professional calligrapher.
They make a living out of it.
Yeah, I think yes. I think I can say easily that I know 10 of them is actually making a living out of calligraphy now.
Mm.
So yeah, and we kind of like close because we know each of us in a way, because it's a very small town. And funny part is because Malaysia have like I think 13 state altogether,
Mm.
but all the calligraphers are all from KL or Selangor and
Mm.
Penang.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, and we have one in JB, which is Ines, but that is because she moved from KL to JB.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but all of us actually, all circling around Selangor and KL.
Good. It's interesting.
Mm.
So is it easy to get supplies?
Oh, very. I mean, because it's a small place,
Mm.
and I'm living, I think, at the center of KL and Selangor. So we have like art store called Stickerific, the local one. You can get watercolor, you can get calligraphy tools, and that's also a place that I teach my workshop every month.
Mm.
It's Stickerific, and the other one is Ziply.
Mm.
Like it's very easy to get supply, and they actually very kind enough sometime when I requested to like bring in something that probably they don't really have it. If I have a strong point or a reason, like okay, maybe we should bring this,
Mm.
and I know others will love it, so or will want to buy, so they would try to bring it in together
Oh, that's very
along the
nice.
other stock. Yeah. How's everybody?
Having fun.
Having fun.
Good.
I can see how this might be therapeutic, actually. Just, yeah, we'll draw a line here, then we'll draw a line there, and then we'll do another one here, and then we'll do one there. It just seems very, very
It's
relaxing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good, like very good activity with the kids as well.
Mm.
So yeah, you can do this with your daughter talk.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Maria, your grandchildren, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll probably be telling me what I'm not doing correctly because she's actually quite good. And in terms of artwork and being able to do stuff, so I'll be getting instruction from her on how to do it properly.
Mm.
About how is she commenting your color?
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's just no prisoners. She will tell you directly what she thinks, and then you have to be a grown up and accept it. Okay, it's fine. I'm not gonna cry. It's okay.
Oh. Well. Hmm.
Mm,
Almost done, I think.
okay. I wish I have yellow, but I don't.
Yellow.
Yeah, because like sometime when you feels like okay, you don't know what to add anymore or what color, you just paint the white backgrounds to something like this. I tried to actually do the Christmas
Oh.
theme. I do it with my son, the Christmas theme, and then I don't know. It's not as fun as this. I think because of the shape. But you can also apply on the Christmas theme or color. And then when you don't know what pattern or what shape you're gonna eat to add, so you just paint the background. Let's see. So this is me trying to paint the background, but I don't want to paint it the same color. So I follow the shape that is around it. I can put a little bit there. So when you're filling out the negative space, it's actually give you the new kind of own shape, their own shape or pattern. Okay, probably like that here. Oops. Okay, so you take different color. I simply taking color and place it around just whatever how I like it or how whatever I like it. But I realized that one thing that when you have two almost the same color, the same tone, and you don't really want it to be like clashing or crowded or overshadowing each other, so we just do it smaller. Like for this one, it's actually almost the same to this and the line. So I better, instead of putting it together at the side here, I just do like one little triangle there. But where else this one, it's nice contrast between the pink and the top here with this and this. So that's why I draw it larger. Because sometimes it's you see how it fit in around the color. So yeah, that's also how you make the decisions on what kind of where to paint or what kind of paint or how big the paint the pattern should be. Like for example, this one, I just like this particular one because it's matched very nicely it blends very nicely with the pink at the side, and then with the blue. The baby blue always work, and then it even works with the sort of like buff titanium kind of color. Yeah, so it's just nice. So this one you can go bigger. And as you see that at this area, everything is like light pink, light blue. Only here it's a pop color, and then between this is also very light. So this is where you add the highlight. Choo.
So we are working from like bigger shapes and then to smaller. I mean, like you block out the bigger shapes first, then you
Yeah.
start to add in the details, right?
Yeah.
Fun.
And then, okay, probably here, you don't know what to add. You take back the pop-up color because it needs some pop-up here, but you cannot add too much. So you do the line.
Mm. Mm.
And then take the darkest blue that you have.
So do you use a limited palette?
It's actually can work both. If limited palette, then I would just add them together, mix them together, and see how it turn out.
Mm.
Okay, like for example, the blue shade that I have, this was really literally just using three color. I think the white, the light blue, and Prussian blue or something. The only three, the only blues that you have in the palette.
Right.
But you can, oh sorry, sorry, not two blue, one blue and one is green with the mixture of white, so you get a shade of blue and towards the green and then the gray little bit. So yeah, you can have very little palette, but you play with it, you mix it. But for this one, because I have like the whole ready set of colors, that is very fun. So you just use wherever and be creative about it. But if you're traveling and you only bring certain color, yeah, it works too. Just mix the color. I'm looking at it.
This is very fun. The exploration is so fun. So at which point will you stop?
Yeah, sometimes when it's like you don't know what color to add anymore, you just like stop for a while and then see what will be the matching around here, because you already have the popping one, you have the darker one. The lighter one will end up be, overshading a little bit here. So you have the contrast. You have something that is not so bright as these two, but contrast with this. So I guess here the light green would be nice, I guess. Or you can also add the very completely the color that you don't have yet, which is brown. So when you not sure, because it's a very bright color, so you have to be careful, because if you add too much, you will be overshadowing your darker green. So what I do is, instead of putting it as a shape to paint, you just add it as line. It will work too. Yes.
I'm done.
And just add from here too. Okay. So the decision colors that what color you want to use is not really as an overall, but as you paint and then you see like probably this area, what color should be fit in, and then this area, how you not to disturb the main color here. So it's yeah, the decisions is as you go. So that is why there is no planning in this artwork. And then once in a while you stop and look at the whole piece, and then you decide to think, okay, maybe this overall things looks very dark, so you want it to be, especially this side looks very dark, so you want it to be, slightly darker or highlight. You just take, and instead of doing the pattern, you can actually just add the dot, then it will pop up straight away. I just made it out.
Yep. That's exploration.
Yeah. So things like you learn, and then so that the next painting that you're gonna do, like, oh, I think your decisions will come naturally.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that this kind of exploration actually lead you to make better decisions for other pieces. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You have to do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Hmm? Hmm? Yay, I'm happy with mine.
Mm. And it's very unique because you don't follow anyone, and then there is no, you can get inspired, but whatever that you produce is yourself, your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whatever shape, is not, because it's not a rigid, you know square by square. It's like how your hand, hold the brush, control how you paint, so it would definitely looks different. Everybody have different stroke.
That's true.
Thanks to Dorothy because for this section, I'm actually thinking to do French roundhand lettering, or should I do painting? And then Dorothy say, yeah, why not do paint together? Could be fun. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks to Dorothy. She see it. She see it.
No, I think that the exploration is very important, especially for calligraphers, because we are very used to being very structured and
Mm,
disciplined. And quite often we don't really play.
true.
So I think the playing is a bit of a stretch. And I don't know about you, but when we start to go into the side of doing things expressively, there is a voice inside your head that shouts at you. And tell you, what are you doing? This is stupid. It's not good. And there's this inner critic that you have to learn to silence if you want to cross over into doing expressive things, right? Talks true.
Yeah. Yeah, my inner critic is very loud. I haven't figured out quite how to shut him up yet. But yeah, it's very much, I think, coming out of your comfort zone into something that, as you say, Dorothy, were very structured. There is a correct way of doing things. Your letter forms have a very precise way of being right or not right. So when you have to throw that out and do something a lot more free, as you say, just completely counterintuitive, it feels wrong. There's something wrong with this.
Yeah,
What am I doing wrong?
absolutely. So that was the reason why I asked you to do, painting together instead of was
Mm.
it French roundhand? I mean, that would
Yeah,
have been fun too, but it doesn't take us out of our comfort zone.
true,
Yeah.
true. In fact, my whole journey of the art of letters is me being a very, very different person because I was so into traditional form, slant, from your Spencerians to 52, copper plates to 55, your like gotta size italic, everything is all about just the script and guidelines.
Mm.
So, and
Yeah.
I'm yes, my self-critic is very, very high.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember one of the things that Eleanor taught me when I was, undergoing mentorship with her at Symbiosis 1. She was explaining that in the early days, she was very, very concerned about precision and so on. But then during the mentorship, she was encouraging me to be expressive. Like you can learn the script, but how do you make it your own? Or how do you express your thoughts or your feelings through the script? And that was a very, very big challenge. Yeah. Which of course Eleanor has done. Her paintings are, you can see the discipline of calligraphy, but it's also very expressive. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was wonderful, a wonderful thing to aspire to. Yay,
Oh,
who's there?
Sarah.
That blue is so sweet.
Oh, so probably here.
Hmm.
Okay, just take the same color, which
Hmm.
is pink.
So actually this Gansai is not, it doesn't behave, it behaves like a watercolor, but it really isn't, because
Yeah,
it has that shiny,
shiny. Yes.
the shiny
Could it
quality.
be acrylic? No, I don't know.
I,
I
I think
haven't
I've heard
studied
it,
about the paint, but it's a very interesting paint.
yeah, I've heard it being described as sort of like a cross between watercolor and acrylic.
So, and a little bit more here. Okay, don't worry. Just take whatever color now, because it's not gonna show it too much because it's at the side.
Mm.
Yay, then there we go. We had one painting
Finish.
done. And it doesn't even take an hour.
Yeah, very fast.
I'm second guessing my decision to go with A4 right now.
Oh dear.
It's very big.
Okay. Oh, so another advice is for this particular project or painting, get a smaller one so you won't get so tired or overwhelming when you have to fill up in between. Oh, Dorothy, that's nice. So yeah, here we go.
Spotlight. Ta-da!
Wow.
I actually wrote the word symbiosis, but in all different directions, just to get
that's
just to get me started. Yeah. Okay.
yay.
You want to show, Judith? Wait, let me look for you. Ah. Okay, you're almost there.
It's bigger than I meant it to be. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still filling it in.
You can like quarter it, and then one of the corners will be done.
Okay. Ah.
Anybody else has been painting along? Want to share?
I'm at the wrong desk. I just realized all my stuff is behind on the other table, so I'm just woefully underprepared for the.
Oh, okay. Were you painting along?
No, no, no. I
Oh,
was
you
no,
weren't.
no, no.
Okay.
So let
Anyone have questions for Sue? You can just unmute and ask
me see chat now.
anything for her. Or you can ask her
Ah,
later.
Maria did one as well. So Maria has
Oh,
one to show.
Maria, wait. Let's see. Let's spotlight her. Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh,
Ooh,
blue.
So
Oh.
cute.
nice.
You're on mute, Maria.
Maria, you're mute.
You need to unmute so you can speak.
I missed the introduction, so and the internet dropped out. We've got bad weather. I'm in the country, so I was missing some vital details.
It's in the chat, Maria, if you can see it.
All
I
right.
captured the points. Yeah. Is that your painting behind you, the horses?
Oh yes, that's an old canvas that's got a big hole in it, but I use it to patch up the sun coming into my studio.
Nice.
Double usage.
Great. Thank you, Syuhada, for sharing.
Thank you everyone for joining this session.
Yes.
That was a lot. That was a lot
Eleanor.
of fun. That was yeah, I think it's actually quite nice. You can see as you're sitting there humming along doing it.
It is. It's because
It is.
it's
It was.
easier.
Hmm.
And then instantly you have artwork for your house.
Oh, true, true. And it's free. Eleanor, do you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can. Oh, okay. No, because my computer stopped working, so I've switched to my iPad. So I just I wasn't sure. I've never done this with an iPad before, so I'm not sure I have all the right controls in place. No, just to thank you very much, Syuhada. That was inspiring. It was too early for me to paint with you, but I'm going to try to do this definitely on my own. So you did a beautiful piece. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here so early. Oh my God.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Eleanor. Let's save your voice.
Yeah, for later today.
Later. Yeah,
Yes.
later today. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here. Let me just, yeah, and thanks everyone for joining.